Hey everybody, we're about to go get started with our yoga. We're getting live right now, getting this phone set up currently. Bear with me for 2 seconds. I was scared to put it in the stand until we got this thing up and running. All right. Making sure that you guys can still see me when I'm practicing. All right, yogis. So just a quick reminder, if you would like to donate, if you're able to donate, we really appreciate it. It's on blackswanyoga.com. There's a donate link. It's under our Instagram bio as well, which is really easy to find too. I highly recommend that you donate if you're able to support these amazing teachers. A lot of these teachers, this is their full-time job and they rely on this income, and right now being stuck at donations are seriously so appreciated, and that's again on blackswanyoga.com. I'm gonna try putting in my AirPods, see if these things really do work. I'm not sure. But yeah, grab some water if you need it, set up your mat, and we'll get started in just one moment. I'm gonna try stepping down the hall to see if these things actually work all right. And then grab any props you might want, like a block or some cookbooks. I got a thumbs up. Apparently, the headphones are working. Cool. So grab a block if you want one. I'll put one off to the side. Has it been 4 minutes? You're supposed to have a timer. No, after 4. It hasn't been 4 yet, I don't think. You can see it on the bottom of the thingy, right? No? Oh, cool. This is a whole work in progress, guys. I'm learning this whole YouTube thing. Instagram, I feel like I got down, but YouTube is a whole learning curve for me. I got a whole technical team over here, including my pup, who maybe will walk through the shot at some point. I don't know. I guess while we wait to get ready, we can snuggle with Zoe. Zoe, come here. Sometimes she doesn't respond to me. Oh, she's down the hall. What are you doing down the hall? Were you sleeping in my bed? That's what I thought. Guilty. This one really likes to sleep in my bed. She thinks it's her bed, and she also really hates when I hold her like this, but it's okay. Everything's gonna be all right. Has it been 4? I don't know if it has. Wait, one more minute? All right, Ms. Zozo. So this could be an hour-long flow. Maybe Zoe will walk through the frame. Probably. She'll probably drink some water. That's what she did yesterday when I was on Instagram Live. But again, a quick reminder to donate on that link at blackswanyoga.com to donate to the teachers. Any donations you have go to the teachers. And it really does support a lot of these teachers to help pay their rent, to help pay their bills, because a lot of teachers, this is their primary job. And this is their full-time job. And with studios being closed, the only thing they can do is teach from home. So this really helps support everybody in this whole community. All right, I'll let you go, ma'am. I guess it's time to teach yoga is what Zoe's telling me. She says, Mom, get this road show on the road? Show on the road. All right. So blocks if you want it, water if you want it. If you want to listen to a playlist I've created, I probably have like, oh gosh, probably like 50 playlists posted publicly on my Apple Music. It's the same as my Instagram handle, yogiDLT. yogiDLT is my Instagram handle, but also my Apple Music handle. So if you have Apple Music, find my playlists on there. I usually call them like Yoga BSY for like Yoga Black Swan Yoga, and then I put numbers after them. and check them out. There's some pretty cool playlists on there to follow along with. All right, guys, we're coming up to getting started here in just a couple minutes. Um, you can follow me on Instagram at yogiDLT as well. And we're going to get a little bit fiery tonight. So if you want that water, I recommend grabbing it. I'm looking at my water up on the table and I'm wondering if I should have it because water is good, but it's also in a glass and Zoe has a tail. So this could be a disaster waiting to happen live on YouTube. Um, Maybe I'll just dive for it if I really need it. The joys of having a dog. Fur babies are great until they break things. Alrighty. She's chewing on her antler. I can hear it back there. I hope you guys can't hear that. Zoe. Shh. All right. Anyways, you might hear my dog gnawing on her antler. Okie dokie. We're gonna get started with some we're gonna start a little bit slow in a child's pose tonight, but we're gonna have some core work in here. We're also gonna have some fiery, like strong holding postures. So go along with the flow with me. You've got this. And then we'll get started here right about now. That block, if you want it, or some cookbooks, they work just as well as a prop to bring the earth a little bit closer. We are doing a revolved half moon and a revolved pyramid pose. Now, if your hamstrings are tight, you might want something to bring the earth a little bit closer to you, just so you know. All right, yogis, let's get started. Let's start in a child's pose. So, sitting your hips back towards our heels, you choose. Do you want your knees together or knees apart towards the edges of the mat? I like knees together and my low back's feeling a little bit tense, which it is right now. But if I want more hip opening, I might have knees towards the edge of the mat. Just let your forehead rest down and don't stress if your hips are sitting away from the heels. That's okay. Or if your hips are resting towards the heels, that's also okay. It doesn't make you a better or worse yogi. You are just where you are in this moment, in this physical body. Begin to arrive with the breath. Check in. Inhale, filling up. And a big audible exhale. Let it all go. In getting ready for the weekend, new fresh breath in. Open up your mouth, let go of whatever's no longer serving. One more full breath in, biggest breath of the day. Take that extra sip of air in. Open up your mouth, huge sigh. If you'd like, you can welcome in a little bit of movement left and right. Your knees can be together or towards the edges of the mat. It does not make a difference. Just adding a gentle rock or a gentle sway left and right to those hips. If you lean over a little bit more, you might notice a little bit of a stretch into that front hip flexor, maybe deep down into some of those glutes. If you want to find some stillness from here, if that's calling to you, find stillness. If you prefer rocking gently left and right and calming breath, you're more than welcome to also take on that. Find what feels best for you. Maybe you try a little bit of both. You see which one's serving you tonight. It's a little bit later in the evening and starting now. Steady inhales and steady exhales. I'm going to be here for 2 more rounds of breath. Just feeling the rise and fall of our shoulders, of our belly. Feeling our ribs expand 360 degrees. Just noticing, becoming aware of where we are in our body. One more full inhale. Completely emptying out on an exhale. On the next inhale, tent up onto those fingertips. Walk your hands over to the right edge of the mat. Maybe you stack that left hand on top of right, or you leave it unstacked. You choose. Stacking the hands is going to add a little bit more intensity. Recenter your head between your arms, lower the forehead back down, and just notice wherever you end up at, can you soften into that belly space a little bit more and into the shoulders? Sitting your hips back towards the heels, breathing calmly. Feel that stretch in the left lung, the left side of your body, sitting your hips back towards your heels a little bit more, or maybe even really driving that left palm down into the earth, but also driving the left shoulder down towards the earth as well. Beautiful breath, yogis. Take another full inhale. Exhale, tent up onto those fingertips and walk over to the left. Maybe you stack that right hand on top of left. Maybe you don't. Don't stress about it. Notice wherever you end up. Be kind, be compassionate. Lower that forehead down. Maybe you stack that right hand on top of left. Maybe you just let the forehead rest nice and heavy. Softening into the jaw, top teeth and bottom teeth separate. Observe the breath. As you notice on those inhales, you feel a bit more stretch on the muscles between each right rib. Possibly even sinking your hips back towards the heels, just a little bit more to find that intensity. But finding intensity to the point where you are not sacrificing your breath. Full inhale, fill up. Exhale, empty. So let's find a more active child's pose here. We're going to tent up onto our fingertips so our elbows and our forearms are hovering. Right, so our forehead's still down to the mat, but it's our elbows and forearms are hovering. Our shoulders drop down our back. And then I personally like to bring my head off the mat to look forward. This helps me find a little bit more strength. I'm going to tuck my toes. Now I'm going to press my palms down into the mat really firm. Now that our arms are worked up, we're going to start to work into the legs a little bit more and the toes. As the palms press down, can you hover those knees and shins? Sitting the weight back towards the booty. You've got it. Another full inhale. Exhale, pull yourself forward. Beast pose. So it's a hovering tabletop. You might have to walk your hands a little bit. You can stay right there. Now your knees are just hovering an inch or two over the mat, not much space. And you're breathing as calmly as you can. Dome up to that space between your shoulder blades, pressing the earth away like a cat, like back, like cat pose in some cat cow movements, right? Taking a slow and steady inhale. Stay for that exhale. Last full inhale. Exhale, lower those knees down. Take a cat cow or two. Maybe stretch into the wrist, stretch into the neck. Whatever you feel like you need here, find those stretches. This is your time on the mat. You might invite your eyes to close. Moving and breathing like you. Find that powerful breath. When you're ready, we're gonna meet back in a neutral tabletop. We're gonna tuck our toes. We're gonna sit our hips back towards our heels. We're gonna go for a yogi toe stretch here. So for our yogi toe stretch, our toes are tucked under. We're sitting onto our heels. You're gonna be it's on your toes for this reason. Stretches for our hands. So like you're back in the 90s and telling somebody to talk to their hand, talk to your hand, I guess. Talk to the hand. I don't know. You guys can tell me on Insta if I'm saying it wrong. Talk to the hand, I think it is. Take your right hand, face it forward, and then take the left fingertips and start to gently pull back. Get a nice little stretch for the wrist. Now, if you're like me, I start to round back because, the toe thing's uncomfortable, but try to stack that weight on top. Notice if you start to follow rounding of the spine. Exhale, face your fingers down. Again, take those left fingers and start to pull that wrist back in. Find that nice stretch. Exhale, release, draw some circles into that wrist, and then we're switching it out. Left hand is saying talk to the hand. Now the right hand pulls the fingers back. Again, draw your shoulders down your back. Nice, proud heart, proud posture. My feet are talking to me too. We're at that point, but try to breathe as calmly as you can. This is where the yoga really kicks in. Exhale, draw your fingers down towards the earth. Pull that wrist back in. Get a nice stretch here. Fill up for a full inhale. And a full exhale as you release. Draw some circles into that wrist. Oh my goodness, my feet are talking. Are yours? Tap the tops of your feet into the earth. And let it all go. That also just is fun. Okay, so we're going to stretch our right foot towards the back of the mat. And yes, it's going to feel slightly like a yogi toe stretch after just stretching your feet, but it's okay. We're mostly getting a stretch here for the hamstring and the calf. So a little bit of pulsing of the heel forwards and backwards. You might move a little bit faster. You might move a little bit slower. You might even just hold the heel towards the back of the mat because that just might be where you're getting the most stretch this evening. So move a little bit forwards or backwards or find that still stretch you choose. Take one more round of breath in. On the exhale, we're going to seal down plank, right? So while you're here, really press that left palm into the mat, but also press the razor edge of your right foot, your heel, the ball, and the toes of the right foot completely down. Now, as you press the earth away with that left palm a little bit more, can you start to hover this left shin and left leg? Nice. You're in this hovering supported side plank, although I don't think it's technically supported anymore. You're in a hovering side plank. Take a deep breath in. Sometimes I like to reach the arm overhead on the exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale, listen carefully. Lower just the right hand down. Pivot. You're in a one-legged plank. Your knee is in towards the nose. Draw that knee over towards that left elbow. Over towards the right to twist. Back to the left. Back to the right. In towards your nose. Step it back. High plank pose. Hold for a breath in. Hold for a breath out. One more inhale. On the exhale, lift your hips high, down dog, but walk those toes in on the highest tippy toe. Shorten that stance a little bit more. And then we lower back down to our tabletop. Oh yeah, we're back here. We got the left side to do still. You got this. Taking a deep breath in. Big open mouth sigh, let it go. Nice. Resetting that breath. Stretch the left toes towards the back of the mat. Again, you can find a pulsing movement forwards and backwards as fast or as slow as you want to go. Or you might just find the heel pressing towards the back of the room. Either way, as long as you're breathing, you're doing something good. Another full inhale. And a very big exhale. You're feeling the stretch right now. Taking last inhale. On the next exhale, seal down this left foot once again. Peel the left arm up towards the sky. It might be a little bit wobbly at the beginning. It's all good. Find your balance. As you reach that left arm high towards the sky, you're pressing your right palm into the earth to press it away from you. You're also pressing into that back left foot with all of your might. You're pressing into the razor edge, the ball, the foot, the toes. Every part of that foot is pressing into the earth. And then you start to rise that right shin away and right knee away. You're in this hovering side plank. Use your strength. You got it, yogis. Take a deep breath in. Maybe on the exhale, you hinge that arm overhead. One more breath in. Exhale, lower just the left hand down. Pivot back, one-legged plank. You've got it. Knee in towards nose. Good. Then knee over towards right elbow. And then to the left. And then to the right. And then to the left. Knee in towards nose. Step your foot back, high plank pose, 2 rounds of breath in and breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Use your knees or don't. Elbows hug in like little cricket wings, baby cobra here. Inhale, hover your heart. Gaze down the bridge of your nose. Little to no weight in those palms. Exhale, come on down. Now let's set up for a locust pose. Really warming up the back here. We're going to have a lot of twists tonight. Interlace your hands to your low back. Now start with your elbows bent. Your feet are zippered up, your legs are zippered up like a serpent's tail, tops of your toenails into the earth. Start to pull those knuckles towards the back of the room as it gently lifts the heart and gaze. Then notice, can you lift the legs as well? You got it, yogis. Take a deep breath in, lift a little bit higher. Exhale, lower back down. Press your palms next to your low ribs, tuck your toes. Either through plank pose or tabletop, we'll meet back in down dog. Arriving back in your down dog, breathing in. Steady breath out. One more full inhale, reconnect to that intentional breath. And a big breath out. Nice job, yogis. Lifting high onto the tippy toes, gazing forward. Take those tiny tiptoe steps forward, the palms rooted down. The legs are straight. It should feel really difficult, especially as you get to the top, maybe nearly impossible. And then arrive with a gentle ragdoll. Grab for opposite elbows if you want. Bend into those knees, sway left. It's just a place to hang out, to breathe, to notice what's going on. One hand. Exhale, release your fingers down. You can anchor them to the earth or to your shins. Inhale, halfway listen. Nice flat back. Scoop up the low belly. Exhale, fold it on down. Inhale, root and rise. Reach high. Urdhva Hastasana. Cactus your heart open, a big back bend. Inhale, reaching up. Swan dive forward, fold, release it on down. Inhale, halfway lift. Fingers anchor somewhere. Exhale, fold and stepping the left foot back. Keep the right foot full 10 toes over towards that right side of the mat. So you're on the razor edge of that back left foot. You're not collapsing into the ankle though. The leg's not collapsing down. Inhale, sweep that right arm a little bit higher overhead. Lift the hips a little bit higher. A horizon dip. Lower the hips to hover as you reach towards the back of the mat. Keep that back left foot really strong. Inhale, sweep that arm overhead. Exhale, lower your hips down. Inhale, sweeping that arm high overhead. Exhale, lower it down. We'll meet back in our low lunge. Prop up, standing L, balance on that right foot. Next, you might bring hands on drawing belly to thigh connection. You really want that belly and thigh connection. You don't have it though, it's all good. But you can always add a bend to your knee to create that connection. Take another full inhale. Exhale, lower that left foot down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it on down. Stepping the right foot back, keep that left foot forward. Inhale, easy twist, left arm high to sky. That left side of the mat. Now inhale, reach your arm a little bit higher, lift those hips a little bit higher. Exhale, hover the hips to hover, reach towards the back of the mat. Let's come back around, low lunge, standing L, balance on that left foot when you're ready. Breathing here, trying to keep that belly and thigh connection. Taking a steady inhale and a steady exhale. Stepping that right foot down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, or skip it. We'll meet back in down dog. If you want to take that baby cobra, go for it. If you want halfway chaturanga to up dog, remember your legs are hovering, just the palms and the feet into the mat. Exhale, roll over those toes, down dog. Easier way to get back home. Re-arriving in your down dog, lifting hips high to sky, sinking those heels down. Give your head a gentle shake, yes and no. Remind that tension to release from the day. Big open mouth sigh, reset between sets. When you're ready, lifting high onto the tippy toes, gaze. Now your choice, hop, step, float, travel forward. Inhale, halfway lift, or ragdoll. So peace fingers around big toe, maybe at hip width distance. To feet pose, the soles of your feet and the palms of your hand make connection. And one says you have to straighten out your legs. You're still a great human. You're still a great yogi. You're doing yoga right now. You're awesome. Take that steady inhale. Big. One more full inhale. Exhale, release one hand at a time, nice and slow. On the next inhale, halfway lift, anchor your fingers to shins or to the earth. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root and rise, reach high, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach it on up. This time, palms pressed together and then draw into heart center. Take a moment here to set up. It might just be your thumbs pressing into your heart and you just notice your breath and your heartbeat. But it might also be something a little bit more personal for you, an intention for your practice. Taking your time to maybe set that intention, that dedication, that mantra. Whatever purpose you've put behind this breath, maybe it's just simply that, just breath. Notice the earth beneath your feet here. Can you lift up all 10 toes as you gently lower them down, nice and slow, rerouting? Pressing into the razor edge of your feet, pressing down into the heels. So begin to squeeze the glutes and press the hip points a little bit further forward, tucking the tailbone. Find that strength in your legs. Notice how that starts to rise up, down into the lower belly space. The heart rises a little bit higher. Shoulders naturally drop down the back. Crown of your head reaches a little bit taller towards the sky. Full inhale. Exhale, flutter, open your eyes, sweep your arms back up towards the sky. Swan dive, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha. Exhale, forward fold, and step that left foot back. Right arm reaches high towards sky. Easy twist. You know where we're going. Turn all 10 toes. Find those horizon dips on the exhale. On the inhale, reach the arm high overhead for a horizon reach. Horizon dip, and then horizon reach. Nice, yogis, horizon dip. Horizon reach. And then one more horizon dip. Horizon reach, come back to that low lunge. Balance for a moment. Maybe you're feeling more flexible and you're ready to move into your standing splits and unstagger the hips. Or maybe you're totally content right where you are this evening. It's all good. 2 more rounds. Full breath in and out. One more inhale. Lower that left foot down. Nice, yogis. Fold, stepping that right foot back. Left arm peels high to sky. Easy twist. Turn all 10 toes, finding those horizon dips on the exhale. Inhale, horizon reach. Exhale, horizon dip. Inhale, horizon reach. Last one, horizon dip. And then we go lunge, standing L when you're ready. Balance. Not a lot today. We're actually going to use a new little bit of core work that I've learned recently, and I'm excited. Very sore tomorrow, guaranteed. One more full inhale. Exhale, step that right foot down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and flow. We'll meet high down dog. Take your time making your way back to your down dog. Coming back. Beautiful, yogis. One more round of full inhale. And a big audible mouth. When you're ready, gazing forward towards the top of the mat. I like to lift onto the tippy toes. Maybe you bend the knees. Hop, step, float, travel forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to go through that vinyasa one more time, a little bit faster. No binds this time. Inhale, root and rise, reach high. Cactus your heart open, back bend, look up, tuck the tailbone ever so slightly. Inhale, arms reach high. Back, easy twist, right arm high. Find those horizon dips on the exhale, dip it down. Inhale, reach it high. 2 more. Dip it down. And then reach it high. Last one, dip it down. After you reach it high, come back to that lunge. Standing L for just a moment. Step it down. Halfway. Easy twist, left arm high. Turn all 10 toes and find that horizon dip. Horizon reach. More times, horizon dip. Horizon reach. Here's the last one. Horizon dip. And then come back, low lunge, standing L for just a moment. And then step that right foot down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and take a vinyasa, or don't. We'll meet back in down dog. Nice work, yogis. What can you let go of while you're here? Maybe you check in with yourself and you notice that you need a child's pose. That is more than welcome anytime. Know your own body, know your own self. Listen to that inner part of practicing. Setting aside ego and just listening to what our body is really telling us. Our mind plays tricks on us and likes to tell us other things, that we have to keep up with things in society, goals, expectations. But here on the mat, can we just start to listen to what we need? On a big breath in, fill up with something powerful, something strong, your own strength. On the exhale, let go of the things that don't serve, things you can let go of and shed. When you're ready, lifting high onto the tippy toes, gazing forward. Exhale, hop, step, float, travel forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it on down. Inhale, root and rise. I promise we're not doing a sun A. We're going to mix it up a little bit. So do me a favor, sit low, chair pose. Oh no, it's chair pose. I know, my mind immediately goes, this sucks. And if you're there with me, it's all good. Take a calm breath in. You're just kind of faking like you're singing to a chair. It's not the worst thing on earth, let's be honest. Okay, it pretty much sucks, but we're gonna do the best we can. Lift high onto those tippy toes. Sweet deal. You're probably gonna be shaking, but it's all good, I promise. Open that right arm back, left arm forward. Oh gosh, if you fall out of your tippy toe chair, it's all good. Come back up to your chair. Left arm back, right arm forward. Well, yeah, isn't this fun? Let's come back to our tippy toe chair. Lower our heel, forward fold, release it on down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Do me a favor, only step the left foot back, just like we've been doing in our sun A's. Easy twist, we've been here before. We're gonna linger a little bit longer. Now finding some strength in that back left leg, really firm up into the quad. Taking a deeper breath in as you reach your right hand a little bit higher. Exhale, start to swim this right hand down. Now you have the strength still in your legs. Begin to reach this right arm forward and then your left arm. You're in a hovering high lunge. Your heart is very low. When you're ready, rise up, high crescent lunge. Beautiful yogis. Open that right arm back, left arm forward, just like we did in our chair pose. But notice, can you pull that back left heel a little bit higher over the ball of the foot? Spread wide through the webbing of your fingers. Find strength as you soften the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, sweeping your arms up high. Exhale, cactus the heart open, back bend. Maybe you look up, challenge that balance. Arms reaching up high. Press your palms together and then drag them in through heart center. Awesome. Find that strength in your core, leaning forward. Prayer twist to the right, hooking that left elbow either to the top or maybe even slightly to the outside of that left thigh. Sorry, right thigh. Gazing up towards the ceiling, taking steady rounds of breath in and breath out. One more full inhale. Exhale, big twist open. Seal down through that back left foot. So you have heel to arch alignment between that back left heel, arch, I should say, in the front right heel. Finding that space between your arms, they reach in opposite directions, but the shoulders soften. A little tuck of the tailbone. Stay strong here as you guide this right knee towards the pinky toe and away from the big toe. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior, reach up, reach back. Keep the bend in the knee, don't lose it. Come back, warrior two. Surf your fingertips forward and then maybe to side angle with the arm resting on the top thigh. Or maybe you bring your hand to the inside of your foot or to a block. I personally like to take a bind from here if that's something that you'd like to take. But just find that space where you can breathe and be for a little while. For me tonight, though, it's going to definitely be my forearm resting on my top thigh. Keeping that depth, but also notice if you're collapsing into this forearm, right? You're leaning all your energy down. That's not great. We want to be able to move that arm at any time and still be able to place it back down. We're still last full inhale. Exhale, rise back up, warrior two. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior, reach up, reach back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Oh yeah, standing L is where we're going. We've been here before too. Maybe you want to take more of a balancing standing L. So hand behind the calf, maybe both hands behind the calf. Maybe your balance is terrible tonight. Maybe it just varies moment to moment. You never know, guys. Never know. Taking a full foot down to a pyramid pose, okay? So it's about 3 feet worth of distance between that back heel and the front toes. You can turn your left toes out a little bit at an angle, or you put distance apart rather than trying to tightrope. Now you're back, forehead towards the shin. Notice what feels better for your neck. One more steady breath in. Exhale. Great work, yogis. Lower those left toes to the back of the mat and take a vinyasa. We'll meet back in down dog. Maybe it's one-legged. Always lowering back to the tops of your feet for up dog. And then making it back to your down dog. Taking your time to breathe, settle back in. Notice the placement of your palms, spreading those fingers wide. A steady breath in, reset. Big audible sigh, let it go. Your elbow forward, meeting at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Back left foot stays forward. Easy twist, that left arm reaches high towards the sky. Oh yeah, we've definitely done this before, right? A few times now. So again, remind yourself to firm up of the foot. You might notice that you have to lift that heel a little bit higher over the ball. And then the right. Try to hover the belly away from the top thigh, best you can. Drive all that strength into that left quad. One more breath in. Exhale, rise up, high crescent lunge. Maybe the ponytail gets you off balance. It happens all the time to me. Take another full inhale. Exhale, open, twist, left arm back, right arm forward. Woo. Losing balance is half the process. Keeping that right heel over the ball of the foot, reaching our left fingertips towards the back of the room, right fingertips towards the front. Spread wide through the webbing of your fingers. One more inhale. Exhale, sweep both arms high. Reach high, inhale. Exhale, cactus your heart open, big back bend, look up. Arms sweep high, press the palms together, drag them in through heart center. Find your strength leaning forward, and then prayer twist, right elbow to that left thigh. Nice, scoop up your navel to find a little bit more twist high over the ball of the foot. Keep that right leg really strong and active, just like your easy twist. Same foundation here, one more full inhale. Exhale, fan open, big motion, warrior two. Seal down that back right foot. Heel to arch alignment, a little tuck of the tailbone, right? Finding strength in the core, but also drawing this left knee open. Gazing down that left middle finger. That's your drishti, your focal point, your balancing point. That place that you bring your gaze. So everything beyond it's just a little blurry. Take a deep breath in, flip your palm, reverse your warrior, reach up, reach back, keep the bend in the knee. Exhale, come back, warrior two. Find that side angle. It might be left arm resting to top of thigh. It might be hand to inside of foot. It might be a bind. Whatever works for you. Tonight for me, it's definitely my arm to the top of my thigh. I think I forgot to turn on the AC, so I'm definitely feeling it right about now. I don't know if you guys are too, but I am feeling the heat. Taking a steady inhale and a steady exhale. When you're ready, we're gonna rise back up, warrior two, flip your palm, reverse your warrior, reach up, reach back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, standing L, balance on that left foot. A hand behind the calf or two if you want it. Take your time here to balance or not. It's interesting. Earlier in the day, my balance was great. I was practicing like handstands and things like that, and I felt like I was on top of the world by balance. And then by late afternoon, it started to go downhill, and by evening, it's like, yeah, there goes my balance. You might notice the same thing in your own practice. We all have moment to moment changes in our body, our equilibrium, our mind, our own inner balance. One more full breath in. Exhale, lower that right foot to the back of the mat. Pyramid pose. The foot might be a little bit wider to keep it hip width distance. Toes might be slightly at angle or facing forward. I like to walk my hands back a little bit more so I can bow my heart in a little bit closer towards that top left calf or shin. Breathe the best you can. You got this, yogi. Steady inhales and steady exhales. Breathing calmly. One more full inhale. Exhale, walk your hands forward, standing L. When you're ready, stepping your right foot to the back of the mat. Take a vinyasa, maybe a one-legged, maybe a two-legged, maybe a no vinyasa. We'll meet back in down dog. Awesome work, yogis. We got this. We're going to go through another set of that, but we're going to add on. We're going to go a little bit faster through some parts, but then we're going to linger in others. Taking a deep breath in. Stick out your tongue, lion's breath. Letting go of extra heat. Another full inhale. Exhale, hop, step, float, travel to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, anchor fingers to shins or to the earth. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root and rise, reach high. When you're ready, sit low, chair pose. Sit into that chair. We're going to add on here. So again, lifting onto those tippy toes, tippy toe chair. Wiggles and wobbles welcome. Bring the right arm back, left arm forward, open twist. Arms come back up. Left arm back, right arm forward. Arms come back up. Straighten out the legs, diver's pose. Swim your arms back like you're leaning over the edge of that diving board. Lean your heart forward, scoop up your navel like you're folding or lifting in that half lift. Exhale, lower the heels down, fold it all the way down. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step the left foot back, easy twist, right arm reaches high. Making this a little bit more graceful, start to spiral your heart down, swim that right arm forward, and then the left. Rise up, high crescent lunge. Good, open twist. If you'd like to exalt, you're more than welcome to. When you're ready, we're gonna come back to our high crescent lunge. Cactus, our heart open. Arms reach up, palms press together, and then find that prayer twist right away. Nice, yogi, scooping up that navel, finding a nice twist. Good for our digestion. One more inhale. Exhale, big fan open, warrior two, seal it on down. Surf your fingertips forward, flip your palm, reverse your warrior, reach up, reach back. Exhale, come back. Find that side angle wherever you might want to go. Maybe you take it somewhere different this time. From a bind, you can take it to a lot of different places. Birds of paradise is possible, or even a bound triangle or a bound half moon is possible from there. Have some fun and play around with it. See what works for you. You've got 3 more rounds of breath with me, but you can always meet back up later. You can always pause the video. That's the beauty of being able to practice at home. Last full inhale. Exhale, rise back up, warrior two. Reverse, flip your palm. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down, frame your foot. Standing L, balance on that right foot. Awesome, yogis. This is where we're going to start to add on a little bit more as well. Landing that left foot to the back of the mat, back to your pyramid pose. Now, keeping your left hand, I should say, to the inner arch. Bring that right hand around to the low back. Start to spiral your heart open. Try to lift that elbow a little bit higher towards the sky. You might need to move that left hand a little bit further forward or back, depending on what feels best for you. Now from this revolved pyramid pose, maybe the right arm reaches high to the sky. Last full inhale. Exhale, lower that hand back down to your low back. Walk your fingertips a little bit further forward. We're moving into revolved half moon. So simply lean forward to balance on the right foot. This is where the block might be really helpful underneath this left hand. If you want a block, you got it, or some cookbooks or whatever you got at home, go for it. Now, a hand is wrapped around the low back. If you want to reach it up towards the sky, you're more than welcome to. If your balance is feeling strong or you want a little challenge, you can bind with this back left foot with the right hand. Now, from here, you can just kick into it and work on like a bound Chapasana, a revolved bound Chapasana, but you could also take it into a revolved dancer's pose. So, starting to kick into that back left foot, reaching the left arm forward, finding a nice revolved dancers. Breathing best you can, balancing best you can, and then we'll all eventually meet back in this revolved half moon. Lower that right hand down, lower your left toes down and take a vinyasa, or don't. We meet back in down dog. How calmly can you breathe to get back there? And when you re-arrive in that home space of down dog, what is going on with your breath? Where are your thoughts? Can you bring them back to the present each inhale and exhale? It's all we have here right now. Taking the steadiest inhales. Big mouth, open exhale. When you're ready, next inhale, looking forward, look high onto those tippy toes. Hop, step, float, travel to the top. Okay, I lied. We are doing one more round of chair pose for this set because we're adding on. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. But I promise we'll make it quick. Root and rise, reach high. Sit low, chair pose. Lift high onto those tippy toes. Open, twist, right arm back. Hands come forward, left arm immediately goes back. Good, come back. Find diver, straighten out the legs, lean the heart forward. Last full inhale. Exhale, lower the heels down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the right foot back, easy twist. Left arm goes high. Hinging that left arm forward, spiraling the heart down, then begin to reach the right hand forward. Lovely, rise all the way up, high crescent lunge. Left arm back, right arm forward. Option to exalt if you'd like to tick-tock that right arm high, left arm down. We'll meet back in our high crescent lunge. Cactus the heart open on the next exhale. Inhale, arms reach high overhead, press the palms together, drag them down on the exhale. Lean your heart forward, prayer twist. You got it, yogis, staying strong. Pulling that navel up and in, find a little bit more twist. Big exhale, fan open, warrior two, seal down through that back foot. Now flip your palm, reverse your warrior, reach up, reach back. Exhale, side angle, whatever side angle you want to take. You can take that bound half moon. You can take that birds of paradise. Steady to breathe in, but notice what is the ego telling you versus what the body is telling you. There is a lot of times a difference, a discrepancy between the two. Another full inhale and a full exhale. 2 more rounds of breath to explore whatever posture you're in. One more full inhale. Exhale, let's rise back up, warrior two. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior, reach up, reach back, spiral your hands down, cartwheel down, standing L, balance. Nice job, yogis. Taking steady rounds of breath. Now lowering your right foot down, back to that pyramid pose. Again, we're revolving it. So you've tented up onto the right fingertips. It might be a little bit further diagonally outside that right toe. Wrapping that left hand around to your low back. I like to take the back of my hand to the back of my low back. And then starting to spiral that elbow up towards the sky, that shoulder up towards the sky, that heart. Beautiful, yogis. You can reach your arm on up if you want. Sometimes I like to just keep it to my low back. A nice twist here. One more full inhale. Exhale, walk those fingertips a little bit further forward as your heart spirals down. Keep that hand to your low back. Standing L, but we're gonna move it into this revolved half moon by spiraling again, that left shoulder high towards sky. Elbow goes high towards the sky. Maybe you even reach that hand high. Now from here, again, you have some options. You can stay right here. You can add the block underneath your hand, or you can bind like a Chapasana, a revolved Chapasana, you stay. Or you might find revolved dancers by adding a bend into that left knee. And then starting to kick into that right foot as you reach the right hand forward. Beautiful job, yogis. Couple more rounds of breath, moving however you need to move, as slowly and mindfully as you need to move. In the next breath in, we're going to meet back in our standing L, lowering everything down. And then right toes to the back of the mat. Take a vinyasa if you want it. Just lower down to your knees, to your shins, and kick your feet out in front of you. All right, let's move on down to the back. Let's hug our knees in towards our chest for a moment. Gives ourselves a little bit of decompression from all that twisting, but also just a little bit of love here. I personally love a little massage into that kidney band space, the low back. Find what works for you. Now remember this feeling of your knees in towards the chest. Hint, hint, this is going to come in handy in just a little bit during our core work. Sorry ahead of time, but it's something new. And if you take my class at the studios pretty often, you know I love to incorporate new core work all the time, anywhere I can. So whenever I discover something new, it's got to happen. All right, yogis. So we're going to start off with it. Let's just get this over with. So we're going to extend our legs out long like we're in a low boat. We're going to hover our shoulders off the mat, tuck the chin in towards the chest, bring the hands behind your ears. And I'm going to scoot up a little bit so I stay in the frame. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to lift your legs all the way up towards the sky, but keep those shoulders lifted. Bend the knees, tuck them in towards the chest, just like we were doing a second ago, and then re-extend the feet. Yeah, this sucks. Inhale, lift your legs high to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, and then kick them out. Inhale, high to sky. Exhale, bend the knees, and kick out. Keep moving with your breath. Whatever that means for you, you've got this for 5. Oh, yeah, you can do this. Last 4. Move as fast or slow as you want. Last 2. And here's the last one. Nice. Hold that low boat. Reach your hands forward. And then exhale, lower it all down. Oh my goodness, let that go. A nice good morning stretch. Reach your fingers and toes in opposite directions. Reach longer if you're just waking up. Exhale, hug those knees in towards your chest. You can rock up and down a few times if you want. We'll meet in a down dog. You could always just roll over your knees and step back to down dog. Modify for your body. When you're ready, sweep that right leg high to sky. Bend your knee, stack your hip. Exhale, draw that right knee behind right wrist, half pigeon pose. Left leg straight back behind you. Find the balance between the two sides, right? So you can even bring your hands in the heart center or hover your hands away from the earth to make sure you're not leaning too far to the right or the left. And then if you'd like, you can fold it forward or you can stay upright. Your choice. Now, instead of letting your mind exit this pose and exit your practice already, which is very easy to do by the time you make it to half pigeon pose in a class, how can you remind yourself to stay present and stay mindful in this posture? For me, it's keeping track of my breath. Noticing Each inhale and exhale, trying to keep them equal in length, equal in magnitude. For others, it might be softening into areas where you hold tension. It might be bringing your mind back to that intention for your practice or a mantra. But when you find stillness in these postures, you really allow yourself to get into those deeper tissues because you lean into this space a little bit more. You surrender, you fold on down, letting that fight or flight mechanism relax. Last full breath in, yogis. Exhale, take your time, press back up to your palms, tuck your left toes. If you want, stepping that right foot back and pedal it out. Maybe you bend your knee and stack your hip. You could flip your dog. You could take a vinyasa. Your thing to do from here. You choose. Now, as you're ready for the other side, sweeping that left leg high, bend your knee, stack your hip for just a moment, open up those hip flexors, the inner thighs, and then bring that left knee behind left wrist, half pigeon pose. Right leg goes straight back behind you. I like to stay upright for just a moment to make sure I'm not shifting too much weight right or left in my body, holding myself accountable to stay buoyant here. And then when you're ready, start to fold it on down if you want. Now, our hips tend to hold a lot of tension, a lot of stress. And you might be noticing with things going on around us in the world that our lives are pretty disrupted, and that can bring in a lot of stress, whether we have truly come to terms with it or not. And you might be feeling it in the hips. Your hips might feel a lot tighter than they normally do. I know mine for sure are, and that can definitely be associated with stress. It can also just be that we're not practicing as often as we used to. So, learning to gather data about yourself, collecting facts and information, noticing how the left and the right side feel different. Just keeping yourself present in this posture. Yogis, you've got one more round of breath in. And on that exhale, gently pressing back up to the palms, tucking the right toes. Left foot can step back. You might just pedal it out. You might find whatever you did on the other side or something different. And then nothing fancy from here. Just lower down to the knees like we did earlier for our core work, but we're just going to end up on our backs. No more core work. Hugging these knees in towards our chest. Not minding the dog walking around the house. Maybe you take a happy baby to close out your practice or whatever works for you. It might be a shoulder stand, it might be a back bend, it might be a twist of some sort. Whatever is going on for you that feels good. It might just be hugging the knees in towards the chest. She's drinking a comedic long time. Zoe, great timing. Give yourself one more big squeeze of love. Take a full breath in. On the exhale, open up for your Shavasana. Let yourself find some stillness. Let your arms and legs weigh heavy. Begin to let your eyes roll towards the back of your head. And I will let you know when it's time to reawaken. So feel no stress to keep track of the time. This is your time to be still. Enjoy it. When you're ready to begin to reawaken, taking your time deep in the breath, welcome in some gentle movements into the body. Maybe beginning to reach your arms along overhead, back to that nice good morning stretch, reaching long through fingers and toes. We're hugging the knees in towards the chest and either rocking to the right or left side, fetal position. Bottom arm is a pillow, top palm is your kickstand for a moment, that connection and grounding to the earth. Keeping the eyes closed as you press your way up to a comfortable cross-legged seat. Now you can rest your palms to your knees if that's where they feel most comfortable, or palms to heart center. And then taking that time to really and acknowledging this hard work. You showed up on your mat. Whatever's happened or hasn't happened today, you have done something amazing by practicing for yourself. And that doesn't matter if it involved mostly child's poses, letting go of those expectations and knowing that you showed up on your mat and you breathe and you moved for yourself. And I truly appreciate that. My interruptive dog, Zoe, really truly appreciated that. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. And until I get to see you again in person, that would be so nice so soon. Namaste. Thanks, guys. I'm Christine. My handle is yogiDLT on Instagram, also on Apple Music if you want to listen to any of my playlists and follow along. I think my Yoga BSY 24 one would be a really good one for this flow, so you could listen to that with it, or pretty much any playlist you want to listen to on there on Apple Music. Again, we have a donation link on our website, blackswanyoga.com. Highly recommend you go on there if you can and donate to these amazing teachers. A lot of these teachers, this is their full-time job, and this is all the only way that they are able to pay a lot of their bills. And so this support goes directly to the teachers, all these donations, and I know they'd greatly appreciate that. So if you need an easy way to get to it and you have Instagram, you can just go through our bio or link in our bio on Instagram and just donate directly through that link, or you can donate through blackswanyoga.com. But we all truly appreciate it. And I'm glad you got to practice. And I hope you have a great rest of your evening or whatever you got lying ahead. And until I get to see you again, guys, I'm out. Bye. If I could figure out how to stop this thing, everyone gets to learn how tech inept Christine is. Are you sure you wanna exit? Yes, I'm sure, but you're hidden behind the thingy.